My kids even say, "Daddy." That's a terrible joke. All right, let's go ahead and go through some more vocabulary here, guys. We've got a lot of terms about to hit in the next few slides, so please do not faint and pass out when you see all these. It is a lot, but they are essential to what we call labeling of landmarks on bony anatomy. Every one of these terms we're going to use as we learn all the various points of anatomy and various bone landmarks on all the areas of the body. First of all, we have a lot of what's called processes or projections. Now, what does that mean? It literally means they extend beyond or they project outward from the main body of the bone. We say a process or a projection. Do not get that mixed up with projections on X-ray films, of which we'll be talking about later. This is talking about bones here. Depressions, hopefully not what we're all feeling right now with all this terminology we're going through. No. Our two tests today. No, that's more of a mental-based thing. But we're talking about depressions in the bone. That's going to be a hollow or depressed area. So that really sad area of the bone is a very depressed area. I've just got some real stinkers today. Hollow or depressed areas. And then we have, of course, a fracture. We should all know what a fracture is. That's simply a break in the bone. What we're going to be seeing a lot of when we take x-rays of extremity work. And there are a lot of different types of fractures that we're going to review here in a little while. So that picture right there is showing you a fracture of the fibula. Specifically, that's the distal fibula. And no, it does not glow red on the x-ray film. It's just for artistic.
That would help.
That would help, wouldn't it? I don't think the technology's quite there yet. Maybe in the future. I think we're pretty close to that. All right, here comes a lot of terminology, guys. First off, we're going to talk about what's called a condyle. A condyle is a rounded process at an articular end. Now, what was an articular end? Those are the ends of our long bones. Therefore, condyles will be found primarily on long bones. What's an example of a condyle? We have condyles on our femurs, on the distal femurs. That's this. Let me get the skeleton. We'll need the skeleton today. Off balance. When I say condyles, that is this rounded area right here that I have my fingers on. We have a lateral condyle and a medial condyle on the femur. You'll see that right here? Where my fingers are, those are your condyles. That's a rounded area on an articular surface of the bone. Then we have what's called a coracoid or coronoid. These are going to be beak-like, like a bird, beak-like or crown-like process. Now my favorite is the coracoid process found on the scapula. That is right here. And you can actually palpate that on, whoa, let it fall over. You can palpate that on your shoulder. Okay.
Oh my God.
He's very unstable today.
He's trying to fight me.
Stay. If you palpate right here on your shoulder, you should feel a little bump. That is your coracoid process.
On the scapula, sir.
It's on the scapula, correct. Correct. A famous coronoid process would be found on your ulna. There's a coronoid process on the ulna, and it looks like a little beak, like a bird beak.